Top 10 most dangerous and deadly knives in the world, V42 Stiletto. Crafted specifically for the 1st Special Service Force during World War II, the V42 Stiletto is more than a blade, it's a legend. With a slender, double-edged design optimized for thrusting and an unmistakable thumb groove for perfect grip alignment, this knife was a silent killer in hand-to-hand combat. Its blade was narrow enough to slide between ribs and armor, yet strong enough to penetrate deeply, causing fatal wounds with minimal resistance. The Skull Crusher pommel on the handle wasn't just decorative either, it was designed for close-quarter bludgeoning when stealth failed. What makes this knife particularly eerie is how purpose-built it is for ending lives efficiently, quietly, and with brutal precision. Think about it. If Batman carried a knife for lethal missions, this would probably be it. It's sleek, dark, and terrifyingly effective. So if you ever see a relic of this blade at a military museum, remember, it wasn't built to sit behind glass. BC-41 Commando Knife. The BC-41 Commando knife is as much a weapon as it is a brutal statement. Designed in Britain during DWR, this hybrid between a trench knife and a brass knuckle is something you'd expect to see in a gritty spy movie. And that's not far from the truth. It's got a short, leaf-shaped blade and a handle that doubles as a knuckle duster, making it devastating in close combat. It was never about finesse. This was raw, dirty fighting in the mud and blood of the battlefield. The real danger here lies not just in the stabbing ability, but in the bone-making power of those knuckles. Soldiers didn't need to choose between slashing or punching. They did both at once. Imagine getting hit in the face with metal-knuckled force and then slashed before you even hit the ground. Not exactly the kind of thing you want to be on the receiving end of. Brutal, yes. Effective, unquestionably. Fairbairn's Sykes fighting knife. Sleek, sinister, and iconic, the Fairbairn Sykes fighting knife is the gentleman's assassin blade. Developed for British commandos and special operations during WRR, it was modeled after the stiletto and optimized for lightning-fast kills. With a symmetrical, double-edged blade and a needle-sharp point, this knife was meant to slide between ribs, arteries, and vital organs like a scalpel of war. It became the symbol of elite military units, including the SAS, and its very presence in your enemy's hand meant they were trained in silent, efficient elimination. This wasn't just a knife. It was psychological warfare. The knife's design is so refined and deadly that modern-day special forces still carry variations of it. You ever hear the phrase, surgical strike? This is the blade that coined it, just on a much bloodier scale. If James Bond carried a combat knife, this would be it. Elegant and deadly in equal measure. NR-40 Soviet combat knife. Now let's talk about the Soviet answer to the stiletto, the NR-40. Often referred to as the Black Knife, this brutal beauty was modeled after traditional Russian prison knives and turned into a weapon of war by Red Army commandos. It features a single-edged blade with a sharp upward curve, which allows for devastating slashing attacks and powerful thrusts. What makes it especially deadly is the ergonomically reversed guard, designed so the user could grip it with the blade downward, the way real Street Fighters did it. This wasn't a utility knife. This was made for pure combat. Soviet shock troops used it with ruthless precision, especially in close-quarters urban warfare. Think Stalingrad. Think bloody stairwells. Think silent kills in pitch-black ruins. And with its psychological impact often carried to instill fear, the NR-40 was not just a tool of violence, it was a symbol of raw Soviet aggression. Applegate Fairbairn fighting knife. If the Fairbairn Sykes was the silent killer, the Applegate Fairbairn fighting knife was its aggressive, modernized cousin, designed to solve the original shortcomings while keeping all its lethality. Developed by Cole Rex Applegate, who literally wrote the book on close combat fighting, this knife took everything right about the original and added a stronger blade, better balance, and a more robust grip. Its blade was slightly wider and stronger to resist breakage during hard thrusts, making it more reliable in intense combat situations. Applegate believed that a knife fight was a fight for survival, no rules, no mercy, and this knife embodies that mindset perfectly. It's not flashy. It's not meant to impress. It's meant to end the threat, quickly and decisively. Imagine the mindset behind designing a knife with the express intent of dealing with enemy sentries That's what we're talking about here. This isn't just a knife, it's a philosophy in steel. Ontario Mk3 Navy Knife. Built for the high seas and even higher stakes, the Ontario Mk3 Navy Knife has been standard issue for the U.S. Navy SEALs and other special operations units for decades. And it's not hard to see why. It combines the durability of a survival knife with the lethality of a combat weapon, wrapped up in a no-nonsense utilitarian design. The blade is serrated on one side for sawing through rope, webbing, or bone, while the other side remains razor-sharp for slashing and thrusting. Its sturdy handle and reliable sheath system make it perfect for underwater and amphibious operations. This is the kind of knife that gets used to pry open a door, dig a foxhole, and then take down a hostile all in the same mission. It's not elegant, but it's effective as hell. If knives were action heroes, this would be the gritty, bruised Navy SEAL with a 1,000-yard stare and a story to tell. Glauca B1 GIGN. This isn't your grandpa's combat knife. The Glauca B1 is a modern, tactical folding knife designed specifically for France's elite GIGN, one of the most respected counterterrorism units in the world. This knife is engineered like a weaponized Swiss Army knife on steroids. It features a razor-sharp drop-tip blade, a glass breaker, belt cutter, and even a lock system built to withstand combat-level stress. But what really makes it lethal is its speed and ergonomics. The blade deploys quickly and smoothly with one hand, making it perfect for lightning-fast reaction scenarios, whether it's rescuing hostages, breaching doors, or disabling threats. This blade does it all. Imagine being in a high-stakes, life-or-death situation where every second counts. That's what this knife was designed for. In the hands of an operator, it's not just a tool. It's a last line of defense, or the first act of offense. The Fixation Bowie. Don't let the Bowie name fool you. The Fixation Bowie by SOG is not just some oversized camping knife. This thing is a full-blown battlefield beast. With a nearly 7-inch-long clip-point blade forged from 8T CR13 Movi stainless steel, it's got the strength to hack through bone and the finesse to deliver clean thrusts. What makes this knife deadly isn't just its size. It's the brutal combination of weight, balance, and rugged grip that makes it so effective in high-impact combat. It's the kind of knife that can be used to chop firewood, gut an animal, and then take on a close-quarters enemy if things go sideways. The partially serrated edge adds even more versatility, making this one of the most well-rounded, yet intimidating knives in the field. You don't carry a Fixation Bowie unless you're expecting real trouble, and if you're carrying it, you're probably ready to make sure trouble doesn't get back up. LHR Combat Knife. Born from a collaboration between legendary knife makers Chris Reeve and William Harsey, the LHR Combat Knife is like the heavyweight champion of the battlefield. Designed for military operators in high-threat environments, this knife screams business. Its blade is nearly 7 inches of high-carbon stainless steel with a black oxide coating, offering corrosion resistance and stealth. The ergonomic handle allows for a firm grip even in blood or mud, and the low-profile sheath is built for lightning-fast deployment. But here's the kicker. This knife was created specifically to replace issued bayonets and fixed blades that just weren't cutting it in the field. This isn't about looking cool, this is about staying alive. It's brutally efficient, psychologically intimidating, and built to outperform everything else on your gear. If knives were gladiators, this one would walk into the arena covered in scars and win anyway, no questions asked. Ecor's German military knife. Rounding out our list is the BW-ACK, the official combat and utility knife of the modern German Bundeswehr. And let me tell you, German engineering doesn't disappoint. This knife blends functionality, durability, and pure lethal potential in one streamlined package. With a corrosion-resistant blade, a robust grip, and a glass-breaking pommel, it's designed for soldiers who might need to do anything from field dressing game to breaking out of a downed vehicle. But make no mistake, the BW-ACK is more than a survival knife. Its fine edge and precise balance make it just as deadly in combat situations. Think of it as the Mercedes-Benz of military knives, sleek, precise, and terrifyingly reliable. It doesn't make a fuss, but when it's time to act, it delivers. You don't just carry this knife, you trust your life to it. Which one gave you chills? Which one would you want on your side in a fight for your life? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep cut into the world of weapons, history, and survival. Stay sharp out there.